Julian Schnabel is an iconic American artist and filmmaker whose innovative approach to art and cinema has left an indelible mark on both visual art and film. Known for his large-scale, emotionally charged paintings and his unique, boundary-pushing films, Schnabel stands as a central figure in the world of contemporary art. His multifaceted career bridges fine art and cinema, challenging the conventions of both fields with his distinct vision. Introduction: the early years. Julian Schnabel was born on October 26, 1951, in Brooklyn, New York. Raised in a Jewish family, Schnabel showed early interest in art and creativity. His journey into the art world began with a move to Texas in the early 1970s, where he enrolled at the University of Houston to study fine art. However, his academic journey was short-lived. His talent was undeniable, and Schnabel soon found himself leaving school and heading to New York City, where he immersed himself in the bustling art scene of the late 1970s and early 1980s. Schnabel's early years in New York coincided with the rise of Neo-Expressionism, a movement that sought to push back against the intellectualized approach of minimalism and conceptual art. Artists in this movement embraced bold, figurative imagery, aggressive brushwork, and the use of unusual materials. This movement profoundly influenced Schnabel's approach to art, as he sought to create pieces that conveyed deep emotional content while remaining visually striking and powerful. The rise to fame. Breaking with tradition. Schnabel's breakthrough came in 1979, when he debuted his first solo exhibition at the Mary Boone Gallery in New York. His unconventional use of materials in his artwork, including broken porcelain plates, captured the attention of critics and collectors alike. Schnabel's willingness to embrace the unexpected, using not only traditional oil paint but also materials like velvet, fabric, and broken ceramic tiles, was groundbreaking. This allowed his works to transcend traditional boundaries, creating a dynamic relationship between the artwork's materials and its content. His early paintings, which often featured large, bold imagery, were defined by their physicality. The use of broken plates, for example, was not only visually striking but also metaphorically resonant, representing a sense of fragmentation and destruction. Schnabel's ability to bring together elements of abstraction and figuration, along with his willingness to experiment with texture and scale, made him one of the most talked-about artists of the 1980s. By the mid-1980s, Schnabel had established himself as one of the leading figures in the art world. His works were exhibited in galleries across the world, and his name became synonymous with the Neo-Expressionist movement. His pieces were filled with raw emotion and defied easy categorization, making him a polarizing figure in the art world. Some hailed him as a genius, while others accused him of relying on shock value. Artistic vision. Exploring emotion and the human condition. Schnabel's art is characterized by its emotional intensity and its use of unconventional materials. His paintings often feature imagery that is large in scale, sometimes nearly monumental, and frequently incorporate elements of the human figure, mythology, and religious iconography. Central to Schnabel's work is his exploration of suffering, decay, and transcendence, subjects that reflect the artist's deep engagement with the complexities of the human condition. One of the most iconic features of Schnabel's work is his use of unconventional surfaces. While traditional artists might rely on canvas, Schnabel frequently painted on large, unorthodox materials such as broken tiles, velvet, and wood. This choice was a deliberate rejection of tradition, allowing him to add texture, depth, and a sense of physicality to his pieces. The surface of a Schnabel painting often becomes just as important as its content, an extension of the emotions and struggles he aims to convey. Schnabel's use of broken porcelain plates in his early works is particularly notable. This approach symbolized the fragility of life and the human condition, as well as the idea of repair and reconstruction. The plates, often stacked in haphazard ways, represent both the destruction and the potential for healing, offering a stark metaphor for the complex nature of existence. His work is often filled with a sense of ambiguity, creating a layered experience for the viewer. Schnabel's figures and symbols may not be immediately recognizable or easy to interpret, but they evoke a visceral, emotional response. This ambiguity reflects the complexities of life itself, where meanings are not always clear-cut and emotions cannot always be expressed in words. Transition to filmmaking. The artistic vision extends to cinema. While Julian Schnabel's legacy as a visual artist is undeniable, his influence also extends to the world of cinema. In the late 1990s, Schnabel began to transition into filmmaking, bringing his distinct artistic sensibilities to the screen. He approached filmmaking with the same boldness and risk-taking that had defined his art career. His films, like his paintings, explore themes of suffering, identity, and the human experience, all while maintaining a strong visual sense and avant-garde style. Schnabel's debut as a filmmaker came in 1996 with Basquiat, a biographical drama about the life of the late artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. The film was met with critical acclaim and showcased Schnabel's deep understanding of the artistic process. Basquiat is a richly textured portrait of the artist, exploring both his genius and his struggles within the art world and society. The film's visual style mirrored the chaotic, energetic nature of Basquiat's own artwork, with Schnabel using bold colors, fragmented imagery, and rapid editing to convey a sense of urgency and emotional depth. His second film, Before Night Falls 2000, marked another significant step in Schnabel's cinematic career. Based on the memoir of Cuban writer Reinaldo Arenas, the film tells the story of Arenas' struggles with censorship, exile, and identity. The film received widespread critical praise and earned Javier Bardem an Academy Award nomination for his portrayal of Arenas. The film's visual beauty and emotional intensity reflect Schnabel's unique approach to storytelling, and it reinforced his reputation as a filmmaker who could merge art and cinema seamlessly. Perhaps Schnabel's most well-known film is The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, 2007. Based on the memoir of French magazine editor Jean-Dominique Bauby, who suffered a stroke and was left with locked-in syndrome, the film is a stunning exploration of the human spirit, as Bobby's mind remains fully intact, even though he cannot move his body. The film's innovative use of point-of-view shots, combined with Schnabel's distinct visual style, creates a deeply empathetic and poignant experience for viewers. The film was highly praised and received several awards, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Director. Legacy and influence. Julian Schnabel's work in both the art and film worlds has left a lasting legacy. He is one of the few artists who have successfully navigated both visual art and cinema, creating work that resonates on multiple levels. His ability to merge the visual and emotional worlds of his paintings with the storytelling power of cinema has made him a unique figure in contemporary culture. His influence extends beyond his own work. Schnabel helped to shape the neo-expressionist movement, alongside artists like Keith Haring and Jean-Michel Basquiat, and his approach to large-scale, emotionally charged art has inspired countless artists who followed in his wake. Schnabel's success as both an artist and filmmaker demonstrates the power of innovation and the importance of pushing boundaries, both within the confines of traditional art and in the world of cinema. A multifaceted visionary, Julian Schnabel's career has been defined by an unwavering commitment to pushing the limits of artistic expression. From his early, groundbreaking paintings to his critically acclaimed films, Schnabel has used both media to explore profound human themes. Whether working with broken tiles or exploring the emotional landscape of a stroke victim, Schnabel's work invites the viewer to confront the complexities of life, loss, and transformation. Schnabel's unique artistic vision has made him one of the most significant and influential figures in contemporary art and cinema. His legacy is one of bold experimentation, a constant quest to break down barriers and challenge expectations. In every medium, Schnabel remains true to his mission to evoke emotion, provoke thought, and create art that resonates with the universal human experience. His influence will continue to shape both the art world and the world of cinema for generations to come.